welcome to the Montgomery County Council PTA Celebration of Excellence. My name is Erin Clegg, the Vice President of MCCPTA of Programs, and I am your event host this evening. I am also the proud parent of 3 children that attend Montgomery County schools, and I've been serving in my position for the last 2 years. Tonight, we celebrate the excellence of many volunteers and advocates who have dedicated their time to support our kids in schools in Montgomery County. We will hear the stories of award-winning volunteers and educators, and we will witness and cheer on the wonderful volunteers that have served or will be serving as MCCPTA officers and board members. Those volunteers that take on even more of a volunteer role for our county. And now please welcome Thurgood Marshall Elementary School's 4th grader, Katie Music, for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets a regal there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nice job, Katie. That was beautiful. Well, we are enjoying this beautiful venue tonight thanks to the generosity of Montgomery College. And here to welcome us to their space tonight is Brad Stewart, the Vice President and Provost of the Tacoma Park campus.
Thank you, Erin, and welcome everybody to our Cultural Arts Center. Now, usually when I welcome groups, I brag a little bit about who else has been on this stage. When we opened the building, Aretha Franklin was here. And my personal favorite, Chuck Brown, was here a few years ago before he passed away. But I think I'm going to have to add Katie to that list. So Montgomery College is pleased to welcome MCCPTA to our Cultural Arts Center this evening to recognize the best of the best. As we celebrate student success at the many graduations that take place during May and June, it is important to remember that families and faculty and PTAs and principals all provide our students with the tools and encouragement they need to overcome the challenges they encounter on the road to academic success. We are honored and pleased to partner with MCPS here at Montgomery College in a variety of programs, including ACES. We have early college, we have middle college, we have dual enrollment, and dozens of other partnerships. I'm particularly proud of the relationship between this campus, Montgomery Blair High School, and Principal Renee Johnson. We're also especially excited this fall to continue the early college program as students from MCPS come to Montgomery College for their final 2 years to study mathematics, biological sciences, cybersecurity, nursing, and a variety of health science disciplines. So I pulled a few numbers in preparation for tonight. And if my computer is telling me what it's supposed to be telling me, which is sometimes a dicey proposition at Montgomery College, last year, this particular academic year, over 1,200 students were duly enrolled in MCPS courses and at MC. They took almost 2,000 courses, and they earned over 6,000 credits. If those college credits had been taken at the state tuition rate at the University of Maryland, that would have cost MCPS parents more than $2 million. We were extraordinarily pleased that 14 middle college students earned their Associates in Arts or Associate Science degree from MC last Friday at our graduation, long before they will actually graduate from high school. So welcome and enjoy the evening, and thank you for your attention. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brad. You have probably heard about and may have even been invited to a forum to talk about some district efforts lately that are very exciting. MCPS is fortunate to have a leader who is truly a partner with community members and staff in programming large and small. And she is an MCPS parent and PTA member to boot. Please welcome Dr. Maria Navarro, MCPS Chief Academic Officer.
Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be here and join the MCCPTA and bring words of welcome on behalf of MCPS. Our board members are here. You will hear from them a little bit later on. But I wanted to take a moment to, first of all, congratulate the individuals that we're going to be celebrating tonight. I know many of them. I have worked closely with many of them, and it's just amazing the leadership that MCCPTA has. And as a Chief Academic Officer, I want to thank MCCPTA on a couple of different levels. First and foremost, I find that when I ask for engagement, you are there. And you are a willing working partner with us as we think about how to provide all of our students the very best learning experiences available. And you challenge us to think about your communities and your students and how we can best support them. So I want to thank you from the CAO's perspective on always coming and having an open dialogue on so many topics that we've discussed in the last years. Second of all, I want to commend the MCCPTA because as I sit in hearings after hearings after hearings and board meetings, and I love them, all of them, I have found that in the last, this is my 5th year in MCPS, and I have found over the last 5 years that I can honestly see that communities that before didn't have engagement of parents, you just wouldn't hear their advocate voice coming through. I see that more now. In schools down county all the way to the blossoming voice that's coming out of Gaithersburg cluster schools. So I just want to applaud you for the amazing engagement that you have done, and I want you guys to give yourselves a hand because we notice it. I notice it sitting and listening to communities, and I just think it's incredible. And lastly, as mentioned, I am a PTA parent as well, and I just want to give a shout out to my own community. I have watched my PTA do amazing work, and I'll give you an example of it. The PTA meetings tend to happen in the schools. Well, my PTA said, you know what? There is a group of families that never come to our PTA meetings, so we're going to go and we're going to rent out a space where they live, and we're going to hold PTA meetings there instead. And I went as a volunteer to help translate, to do whatever, and we had lots of families and children come out for those meetings, and that was all coordinated through my PTA. So I am a proud member of the PTA, and I'm very proud of my PTA, Jones Lane Elementary. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all the people that are going to be awarded tonight. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Navarro. Next, we want to welcome to the stage for some brief acknowledgments, President of the MCCPTA, Ms. Lynn Harris.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for coming. And it's my great privilege to extend welcomes to some of our special guests. Well, you're all special because it's all about the schools, it's all about the students, and that's why we do the work that we do, right? But we have some individuals that I'd like to recognize. First of all, from Maryland PTA, we have Maryland PTA's President-elect, Ms. Edna Harvin Battle, who's here to swear in our 2019-2020 leadership team. And one of my great privileges this year, well, the past 2 years, in doing this work has been partnering with so many offices and departments and divisions of MCPS. And I feel very confident in saying that anytime we've asked, can we partner to work on this issue, pedestrian safety, lead in the water, school fields, curricular issues, the answer has always been yes. And so many individuals from MCPS are here tonight, and I'm just going to ask them all to stand so that I can recognize them. So central office staff, I see Dr. Smith is here. And I know Dr. Statham is here. Is she still here? Dr. Statham was here. Andy Zuckerman, who is our Chief Operating Officer. And of course, Dr. Navarro, our Chief Academic Officer, is here. But also, I saw Derek Turner, who's Head of Communications. And I know I saw several of our OSSI directors. I saw Dr. Sergo. Is she still here? And how many other OSSI directors are here? I can't even see. The lights are in my eyes. Back there. Oh, okay, stand up. Hello. Is that Dr. Moran? Or Dr. Zarkin? I can't see, the lights are in my eyes. I'm trying to think who else. And I saw Denise Bracalilli-Schultz from OSFSE. Is she still here? Who is sadly retiring. But all of those individuals are people that we work with pretty much every day, and it's a very rewarding partnership for which I'm always deeply grateful. And then also our elected representatives, and I know we all go to lots of events where people who are elected to office are asked to stand up and wave, but I think here at this event, we have our elected representatives here with us because we work with them, because the keystone of effective advocacy is relationship building. And the fact that they come to join us here, I think, is just a byproduct of the fact that we work with them on issues every day, and they partner with us at the state level, in the Board of Education, and the County Council. And I'm very grateful for that as well. And that speaks volumes for you all as MCCPTA, that you are a respective partner by all of these individuals in the decision-making processes that affect our students every day. And so I'm trying to think if so I know Councilmember Hecker was here and he had to leave. Delegate Wilkins from District 20 was here, and Delegate Solomon from District 18 was here. They both had to go. Our Board of Education members, I know I saw Brenda Wolf and I saw Carla Silvestri. Are they both here? And what other members? I literally can't see. Okay. Is that it? Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca Smardrowski. I know I saw her too. So I can't see anything. But anyway, so again, I say to you, if you haven't met these individuals, please introduce yourselves, because again, a keystone of effective advocacy, and we are MCCPTA. Make no mistake, we are at our heart an advocacy organization. So if you haven't met these individuals, please introduce yourselves, because we work together to do the best that we possibly can for all of our 162,000 students. Thank you very much.
So thank Thank you all for being with us this evening. All right, so who is ready to give out some awards? Let's do it. When it comes to PTA, recruiting and retaining engaged parents, families, and staff, and volunteers is a top priority. The PTA Membership Awards are a recognition for success in recruiting the school community. A full list of membership awards has been captured in your program, but we want to highlight a few key categories this evening. Here to recognize these well-deserved PTAs is Membership Chair Carrie Paulson.
Oh, I can see why she said she couldn't see. It's blank out there. Good evening. I am Carrie Paulson, and I have 2 children in MCPS. And we are here to amplify our voices, and that is what membership does. That's why we are constantly giving you ideas for recruitment, how to engage your families, because we want to amplify our voices. This year we had 2 brand new PTAs come on board, Bayard Reston Elementary School, brand new elementary school. They did an excellent job. And then we also had Thomas Edison High School of Technology, which is the high school that all 25 high schools send students to for part of the day. So they came on board and are very gung-ho and doing an excellent job advocating for their program. So we are going to get started with membership awards. The first award we are giving out is the Engage It Award. These are the PTAs, the top 3 from each level, high school, middle school, and elementary school, that had the greatest PTA member to student ratio. And we do have trophies up here for you, so if someone is here, come up and claim it. We have Walt Whitman High School, Winston Churchill High School, Thomas Wooten High School. Those were our top 3 high schools. Congratulations. Then for middle schools, we had Cabin John Middle School, Thomas Pyle Middle School, and North Bethesda Middle School. So congratulations to you. And elementary schools, we had Darnestown Elementary School, Belmont Elementary School, and Bells Mill Elementary School. We had some other awards that are certificates that we will send out to you, but I do want to recognize our Build and Sustain It have grown by over 100 members, and I'll be sending you your certificate. Thomas Pyle, Thomas Wooten, Seven Locks Elementary School, Little Bennett Elementary School, Wilson Wims, Tilden Middle School, Fields Road Elementary School, Richard Montgomery High School, Bethesda Chevy Chase High School, Cabin John Middle School, and Northwood High School. That is amazing. They grew by over 100 members. Then we have some awards. Any PTA that grew even by 1% will get a certificate in the mail. We have our bronze membership, which we had 9 PTAs earn that. We had our gold membership, our silver membership, platinum membership, and tonight we're going to recognize our diamond membership, which was growth 100% or over. So for whatever reason, either they were doing great and they went after it even harder, or they reevaluated and did something completely different. They doubled or more their membership, and I have trophies for you tonight. Fields Road Elementary School, Glen Allen Elementary School, Northwood High School, Seven Locks Elementary School, Whetstone Elementary School, Gaithersburg Elementary School, Little Bennett Elementary School, Kemp Mill Elementary School, and Lake Seneca Elementary School. So congratulations, that is a really big work that you have done amplifying your voice in your community. Thank you all so much.
All right, congratulations to all our membership winners. Next, we have MCPS Board of Education member, Ms. Brenda Wolf. She was elected to her first four-year term on November 6th of 2018. Ms. Wolf is a member of the Board of Education's Fiscal Management Committee and Committee on Special Populations. She also will serve as the board's representative to the Maryland Association of Boards of Education's Legislation Committee and the Delegate Committee. Please help me welcome Ms. Wolf to the stage.
Good evening. I'm so honored to be here with you this evening. Muhammad Ali said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." If that is the case, you all must be living in mansions. As you may know, or as you've just heard, this is my first year as a member of the board, but I'm always impressed by the advocacy of the PTA. It is through your efforts that our community grows stronger. You understand that this is a diverse community with a number of backgrounds, languages, religions, and privileges. Our schools are what bind us together. An excellent public school system is the core of our community. It's the core of our identity. Every parent, grandparent, adult responsible for a child wants the exact same thing. In this, none of what any of us wants makes any difference. In this, none of what we want would make a difference. We all want the same thing. It is making our hopes and dreams for the young people we love come true with our joint venture. Tonight, we honor the folks who go above and beyond. They are the glue that holds our community together. They are all in for our kids. Often doing this type of non-glamorous volunteer work goes without acknowledgement, but upon which our schools and success is predicated. On behalf of my board colleagues, our schools, our students, and our community, we thank you. Congratulations to all awardees. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wolf. The ability to present the award winners to you tonight takes several months of work. Thanks to the commitment of our MCCPTA Awards Committee Chair, Daria Daniel, and her team, we are able to be here this evening honoring our winners. Please welcome Daria Daniel to the stage to lead us through the awards presentation.
Good evening. Again, my name is Daria Daniel, and I've had the privilege of serving as the MCCPTA Awards Committee Chair for 4 years now. I have 2 daughters in MCPS and 1 son on his way in a few years. I'd like to first acknowledge my awesome committee members who took time out of their busy schedules to help review the nominations, select winners, and even pick up the awards. First, MCCPTA Area Vice President of the Down County Consortium and Wheaton Cluster Coordinator, Chris Rutledge. I know you're out there. Stand up. And our MCCPTA Bylaws Committee Chair and Wooten Cluster Coordinator, Kelly Schooler Reynolds, who's right here. Both of them are also previous MCCPTA award winners, so they're really paying it forward, and I really appreciate them. The MCCPTA Awards is a time we recognize our outstanding advocates, leaders, and partners for Montgomery County Public Schools, and students and families. A time we come together to celebrate their excellence. These award recipients are school, parent, and community leaders that have made a significant difference providing exemplary contributions to the mission and objectives of PTA. The committee selected exemplary leaders for 8 award categories, which will be presented in the following order. Champion for Children, sponsored by the Montgomery County Business Roundtable for Education, Dad for PTA, Partners in Education Award, Advocacy Award, PTA Principal of the Year, PTA President of the Year, Maryland PTA Lifetime Achievement Award, and National PTA Life Achievement Award. We will have a mix of presenters to say a few words about our winners, and then the award recipients will also have a couple of minutes to speak. First up is our Champion for Children winner, Cynthia Simonson, MCCPTA Vice President of Education. This award is going to be presented by MCCPTA School Climate and Safety Subcommittee Chair and last year's winner, Jillian Hubner.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here for Cynthia. I'm not Cynthia. I couldn't be Cynthia. She's a data goddess. Very powerful in that capacity, and glad she's using her power for good. So the Champion for Children Award is given by the Montgomery County Business Roundtable for Education to an individual who is just that, a champion for children, and honored with a group of other champions at a celebration that takes place earlier in the year. Last year, I was honored to receive the award, and this year, our winner is Cynthia Simonson, our VP of Education. Unfortunately, she could not be here tonight. As a woman of my own heart, she's working with refugees from Nicaragua and Costa Rica. But let's give a hand for Cynthia.
Okay, PTAs are largely dominated by female volunteers, but there are many motivated, exceptional fathers in the mix too. MCCPTA wants to honor one local PTA dad with an award recognizing his contributions and dedication to our children and youth. We welcome Troy Clark to the stage to present this year's Dad for PTA Award winner, Michael Meal, from Burnt Mills Elementary PTA.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Troy Clark. I'm the proud assistant principal at Burnt Mills Elementary. The Dads for PTA Award goes to a certain dad who has shown what is possible in terms of school involvement. He has two wonderful children at our school and often knows the names of many other students in our building. Now, I do understand that this is a dad award, but I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge his beautiful wife, Roxana, who's with us this evening, because they're truly a package deal. So thank you, Mrs. Mule. Now, Mr. Mule is known as the science guy. By all have seen his demos during career day. He'll often bring his students from Sherwood High School to help conduct experiments with our students. He's helped advocate for our school and working with Action in Montgomery to bring Excel Beyond the Bell to our building. He's also a great leader in regards to helping get us a new building and school improvements. We really just depend on Mr. Mule a lot, and he's just a great guy, a truly gentleman. So a true gentleman. So with all that said, please help me welcome this year's recipient of the Dads for PTA Award, Mike Mule.
Thank you, Troy. Good evening, honored guests. Thank you, MCCPTA, for organizing these awards ceremonies. I know how organizing things can be. It's all to support our children. And what a gift, right? To be here. It didn't have to turn out this way. To have been born in this country, to have been born at all, to have caring parents, to have an education, to find meaningful work, all these are amazing gifts. We can work hard and earn success to some extent, but ultimately it comes as a gift. For children who don't have certain resources, working hard isn't going to be enough. That's one of the reasons for MCCPTA, to support each other so all children can succeed. One of the many gifts I've been given were my kids. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be a dad at all. These are two of the most wonderful human beings that have taught me every day how to be a better listener, how to be a better leader, how to be a better dad. Another gift, my wife Roxana. She's the unelected PTA co-president. She reminds me of things I need to do. Check your email. You just got something from Dr. Ashton, our principal, things like that. And she also reminds me of things that I, as a guy, don't really think of, like bringing food to PTA executive meetings. And she's from El Salvador, so pupusas are always a big hit. I'd like to think that while I work hard for my immediate family, my kids, it doesn't just stop there. We think of everyone as deserving the same attention and care we give our kids, and that's why I kind of get involved with the kids at the school too. Our principal is another gift. She's got a wonderful vision of caring for children holistically through their spirit and their education as well, and their bodies and their whole health. And I wanted to be a part of that vision, and it was just really infectious. The gift of challenges is also something I want to recognize. A certain day in 2016, I was in shock and at the edge of despair, something that had happened, election. And sorry, I didn't want to, but I couldn't stay in that place. I had to make a choice. And I looked around and I saw with new eyes like the brave and caring immigrant families from diverse backgrounds at Burnt Mills. And I wanted to get more involved. I wanted to bring people together and help solve problems and be a bridge, not a wall. And perhaps that might, and I think that's an important thing to recognize too, these obstacles that can kind of spur us to move and become more of who we are. And that's, I guess, my last point, is that what we are is a gift. We're all helpers here. And that is also a gift, because in being helpers, that gives us direction, meaning, it gives us a higher purpose in life. And speaking of that, and there's a scene in the Bible where someone, the Lord's saying, hey, who's going to do my work for me? And he doesn't force himself on anyone. It's kind of like Dr. Ashton. She might give you a look and kind of give you that clue. And she's unfortunately not here today, but those of you who know who she is, she has an idea and wants you to get there, but she's not going to force you into it. So anyway, in this story, it's the prophet Isaiah. He's like, oh, here I am, send me. And so I kind of, regardless of our spiritual background, we all need to heed this cry. And I just got to kind of remind us of keeping to do that. To be true to who we are, to help. Immigrants who need someone to speak out for them, send me, right? School who needs a PTA president or a leader, send me. And kids that need someone to comfort them at 3 o'clock in the morning, if it's your kids or someone else's, send me. And it's not always easy being sent. Sometimes we'd rather have someone else do it. Sometimes we might offer help where it's not even needed, but we have to keep offering. And it's who we are. Besides, if it's not us, who? We have to keep up the good work, and it's not easy. But we have to encourage each other constantly in small ways and in big ones, like these award nights. We want a community where everyone is saying, send me. So thank you.
Okay, Lynn, don't go too far. The Partners for Education Award recognizes an organization or individual that has formed an outstanding program or partnership to support education and well-being of students in Montgomery County. This year's winner, Montgomery County Domestic Violence Coordinating Council, will be accepted by Debbie Feinstein and I guess some others. Their goal is to reduce the incidence of domestic violence and create a safe community for families to live free of abuse.
If any of you have been active in MCCPTA for the past 2 years, knows that we have partnered very strongly with the Family Justice Center and the Domestic Violence Coordinating Council to make known to all of our local PTAs the amazing programming that the Family Justice Center provides to our, individuals in our county for free. And great work and great programs to help all of our students learn how to have healthy relationships, how to recognize the signs and symptoms of abuse in relationships that they may be experiencing themselves or that they might witness in others, and helping them to understand how to lead and protect both themselves and those that they care about. And the programs that they provide, including things like coaching boys into men and athletes as leaders, are essential and such a gift to this county. Did I say they are free? and available to every single one of our schools. And so I'm so very pleased that we can recognize the great work that they do in our county, sort of quietly under the radar, except for the great Choose Respect Forum that they do every April. So if you weren't at RM in April for that great event, you really missed something, so put it on your calendar for next year.
Oh, wow, you really can't see. Hi, my name's Debbie Feinstein, and my day job is with the Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office, where I'm chief of our Special Victims Division. And I often say that when you're a prosecutor like I am, you're often seeing things that are at a place where things have gone wrong. And one of my greatest joys is to be able to participate in a program that's getting out in front of issues before the thing that goes wrong so that we can make things go right. The Choose Respect program was conceived about 10 years ago. Some of my collaborators are here with me on the stage, and that includes Donna Rissmiller, who was one of the founders of the Choose Respect initiative, Cheryl Kravitz, who is our communications coordinator for our initiative, Smitha Varia, who is the day-to-day manager who works for the Sheriff's Department, and Shella Cherry, who is our wonderful partner from MCPS. I'm not sure if Rebecca Smondrowski is still here, but she is also one of our members of the Choose Respect program and our liaison to the Board of Education. The Choose Respect program has brought programming to teens, parents, youth service providers and educators across our county, and we do this in a variety of ways, as Lynn was describing. Our core program is to bring programming into our health education classes and other classes in MCPS to provide a program to teens to teach them the signs of abuse, how to help a friend, and what resources exist in the community. And I can tell you that in almost every instance where we do one of these programs in our county schools, a teen comes up to the facilitator to say that either they've been directly impacted, a friend or a family member has been impacted by domestic violence, and we're able to immediately refer them to resources. Our ability to get into the schools in MCPS has been expanded greatly over the last number of years through our partnership with the community, with MCPS, with the Board of Education, and for that we're extremely grateful. If your school doesn't have Choose Respect, please ask us to come. If your PTA wants a program, please ask us to come. We will provide programs for parents, for kids. Another program that we have that I want to make mention of is our Athletes as Leaders and our Coaching Boys into Men programs, which are programs specifically for athletic teams, but can really be adapted for really any regularly meeting group of teenagers. And it's really to empower teens to recognize the things that we're describing and to build healthy relationships or healthy friendships. And we really welcome you to contact us. Smitha, probably I drive her crazy when I say call Smitha Varia, call the Montgomery County Family Justice Center, ask for Smitha, email us, please get in touch with us. We would love to even expand our programs even more. And we're really grateful to the MCCPTA for this opportunity to be here, for receiving this award, and for the recognition. We do what we do because it matters to the teens, to the parents, and the people that we're hopefully touching every day with these programs, and we look forward to the opportunity to expand even more. So thank you again. Oh, thank you. We got to do the dance. Okay. So next up should be our Advocacy Award. Lynn is going to present that one as well. This year, our recipient is Mark Eckstein, who is the MCCPTA LGBTQ Subcommittee Chair, and has done a wonderful job with that program. So Lynn?
Yeah, so one of the things I mentioned earlier is that at our heart, MCCPTA and PTA is an advocacy organization. And Mark came onto our radar screen just about a year ago when he reached out to MCCPTA to say we were doing a great disservice to our organization and the students in Montgomery County if we didn't come forward and participate in the Rockville Pride event last May. And he was right. But you never come to us with a good idea unless you're willing to sort of step up. And so kind of the next question that we asked him was, well, we're not doing as much as we should be doing for our LGBTQIA community. Will you come on board and chair a new committee to address those issues? And he said yes. And he has taken on that role with a fiery enthusiasm that is hard to match. And many of you have probably worked with Mark, and you know him. And were any of you at our first ever LGBTQIA forum last Saturday at Wooten? Any of you? So that was a fabulous, phenomenal event, probably long overdue, but it was the brainchild and really the product of Mark's enthusiasm, his advocacy, his pushing and his prodding, and his passion. And I'm so very grateful that he has agreed to share his energy and his passion and his vision with our organization because we are so much richer for it.
Very nice. Thank you. And at first, I want to give a shout out to the Bayard-Rustin family that's here, and my own kids and my husband that are here. So thank you so much. I really wanted to thank the executive board, and especially Lynn Harris, and a big thank you to MCPS and the Board of Education, to which I also offer a bit of my apologies for being a bit harsh at times. But as we saw from last weekend's LGBTQ forum, I think we realize we have a lot of work to do. And we can do this together as a partnership and starting with everyone here tonight. When I was in high school, recognitions like these would be impossible. I was hopeless and reckless at times, and I couldn't marry, I couldn't be out in my own church. I couldn't dream of having children at that point. And in my public school, I was bullied and I felt unsafe. Unsafe both physically, mentally, and emotionally. These days, it makes my blood boil, and I do get a bit passionate, but when I hear that our MCPS students, that the climate and the school culture has not improved as much as it should be over that time, and this is particularly evident with our communities of color. As parents, educators, and administrators, we need to stop being silent, especially when we see our federal government continue its assault on our LGBT youth. In essence, it's the urgency of now. And what can you do? A lot of people have asked since last weekend's forum, and this energy is awesome. To start, we can immediately add LGBT experiences in our curriculum and in our classroom discussions. It is shocking to me and a lot of the students that our kids are graduating MCPS and never learning anything positive about the LGBTQ community. Where are the courageous conversations about the transgender women of color that started the riot at Stonewall? And incidentally, next month is the 50th anniversary of Stonewall, our June, which is our Pride Month. And Stonewall was the event that started the modern day LGBT movement. So these conversations in school do not need Board of Education approval. They don't need approval by the superintendent. Staff should immediately be given clear guidance that such LGBT affirmation is fundamental to our district's core values. So when parents complain, educators must know that MCPS and our school system has their back. So as I told people, it's an advocacy award, so I thought I'd advocate a little bit today. But thank you so much. And these are my kids.
So next up is our Principal of the Year Award. And this year, it's going to Brandy Heckert, the principal of Winston Churchill High School. So I'm going to say a few words on the PTA's behalf. Serving in her first year as principal of Churchill High School, Principal Heckert has made quite an impression and positive impact on students and parents. Principal Heckert has a commitment to inclusiveness and welcoming attitude. She keeps an open door policy for the administrative offices, making them more inviting and welcoming to students. She communicates regularly with parents and PTSA leaders via emails and consultations. Principal Heckert has embraced and helped implement traffic safety measures for students in coordination with the PTSA. She also has dealt quickly and directly with security issues and hate incidents at the school. She has helped facilitate with the PTSA and participated in a forum on tolerance, bias, and racism at the school. She has a can-do, collaborative approach which has been recognized and appreciated by students, teachers, and parents. Please welcome to the stage MCCPTA Principal of the Year for 2019, Brandy Heckert.
It is very bright. Good evening. It is an absolute pleasure to share recognition this evening with so many others. And the award recipients this evening, congratulations, and I'm honored to be here to celebrate with you. And thank you to the MCCPTA for this opportunity. At a very young age, I found value in education, mainly from my parents, both were educators, and I admired their commitment to children and the impact they had on the lives of others. I've been in education for 19 years. I continue to be amazed by our youth, their resilience, their dedication, their diversity, their thoughts, their imagination, their obstacles, their struggles, their joy, their love, their honesty, and their determination. I remember the people in my life that encouraged me to do more and to be more. I also wanted to be that person that impacted and influenced others. It was early in my career that my focus had shifted. It became just as important, if not more, to honor the inspiration our youth have on us. I am inspired daily by the children, our future, and the influence they have to make me do more and be better. I can't imagine my life any other way, and I appreciate the support of those around me and need to thank those that have gotten me where I am. First of all, to the Winston Churchill High School PTSA for their support, Bruce, Heidi, and Aman that are here this evening. The nomination alone, I am honored and humbled to accept. As a new principal, their support has been overwhelming. The job is challenging, and I need the village to make it happen. Thank you to those that have supported me along the way. My mother is here, and I thank her for being a role model in my life. To my husband and my daughter, I thank you for your understanding, a lot of it, and your appreciation. My daughter, Kennedy, is the MCPS class of 2033, which is a very scary thought. She's 3. To my colleagues, and specifically my administrative team, they're my family, and they are here this evening, Marie, LaFay, Brad, and Stephen, thank you. Your commitment to children is remarkable. Thank you to the parents in our community. I appreciate our growing partnership. And I want to thank our students. They are why we do what we do, and I love every second of what I do. I have a quote on my wall from Winston Churchill that says, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." I will be forever grateful for those that have given to me, and I will continue to live my life giving to others. Thank you. You have to do this, right? Whatever. Okay.
Okay. PTA presidents are unique volunteers who provide selfless dedication to the mission of PTA engaged at their school. The PTA president being awarded tonight has done just that. She started volunteering when her son started kindergarten and hasn't stopped. Her role at Northwest High School as PTA president has been rewarding and impactful. Please welcome Kim Summers to the stage, but she is going to be recognized by the principal of Northwest High School, Jimmy DeAndrea.
Good evening. It is an honor to be here this evening to introduce a very special individual who I've had the privilege to get to know over the past 5 years. Seldom does a person become as woven into the fabric of school communities as Kim Summers has over the past 13 years. Students and families in the neighborhoods serving Matsunaga Elementary School, Kingsview Middle School, and Northwest High School have tremendously benefited from her stellar leadership, visionary ideas, abundant creativity, boundless energy, and unparalleled dedication. It would be impossible to summarize the magnitude of Kim's contributions in the short time I have for this introduction. However, everyone in our community knows that whenever Kim becomes involved in anything, no matter how small or large it may be, it is guaranteed to be exceptional and leave a lasting impression. Kim has consistently advocated for what is best for all students, collaboratively increased involvement in PTA at all 3 schools, raised tens of thousands of dollars for school projects, and devised unique and engaging opportunities to bring students and families together, all while staying extremely humble, always trying to avoid the spotlight and focus on getting the work done, a true servant leader. I am very grateful to have the honor of knowing and working with Kim, and I'm especially thankful that her youngest child is in 5th grade, so she still has 7 more years as a parent leader in our community. Please join me in congratulating our amazing Northwest High School PTA President and MCCPTA President of the Year, Kim Summers.
Thank you so much to MCCPTA for this recognition. When I found out about this award, I was conflicted because I hate the spotlight, and speaking in front of people is not a strong suit. There are many people with whom I must share this award, beginning with all of the boards that I've been on. It takes a million people, and you all know that, to do anything. Mr. DeAndrea, we've had a great working relationship at both schools. He's been nothing but supportive. School staff, especially building services, because every event we have needs their support, and thousands of volunteers that I've worked with along the way. And I can't forget my kids who have been roped into preparing for an event or two over the years. None of us here volunteer or work for any acknowledgement. Everything we do is for the kids and because we have a passion for our schools. I have had the privilege of being able to serve my schools for the past 13 years. My oldest graduates from high school tomorrow, so believe me, I've been reflecting. I've reflected a lot over the last 13 years, over the past several weeks. I'm honored to serve my community and hope that I've made a small difference. Thank you again for this honor.
We are coming close. The Maryland PTA Lifetime Achievement Award is the highest honor the Maryland PTA bestows. It is for an individual who has demonstrated outstanding service on behalf of children. We're going to welcome Michael Meal back to the podium to announce this year's winner.
When it came to nominating the next award recipient, there was some debate about exactly which award we should nominate her for. We all agreed she deserves something. She makes working with children a full contact sport. In fact, she even said that she had wanted to be a physical education teacher at one point. She knows it takes a lot to care for children, encouraging them, mentoring them, teaching them, just getting down there and being with them when they're down to bring them up. She's helped dramatically increase the number of parents participating in school events, including PTA meetings, and that's been a big thing for membership too. She pays attention to details to make parents feel welcome in all 3 elementary schools she works at. She has a lot of community connections. She's grown up in Montgomery County. She actually graduated from Sherwood High School, where I teach, and she puts tireless hours back in fact, doesn't get home until well after 9 o'clock. So this award is therefore as much for her as it is for her husband and her family, who are also here. And would you please give a warm round of applause welcoming Deneen Gordon.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so honored to be here receiving such an important award, the 2019 MCCPTA Maryland Lifetime Achievement Award. I am earnestly grateful for the recognition I have received for my work, because I'm very sure that all the other nominees for this award was as capable, if not more, of receiving this award. I have faced several challenges on my way here, but each one of them has only strengthened me to make me the person I am today. As a thorough professional who knows exactly what she wants, someone who sets her eyes on a goal and does not lose sight of it unless it is achieved. Winning this award would not have been possible without the inspiration I have received from my seniors and my colleagues, for whom I have the deepest respect and whom I have derived the strength to challenge myself. I sincerely would like to thank the following people: the PTA President, Mr. Michael Meal, and the PTA board members for nominating me. My supervisor, Denise Broccolilli Schultz, the administration at Burnt Mills Elementary School, my principal, Dr. Stacy Ashton, and assistant principal, Mr. Troy Clark. The Burnt Mills community, my mom, Denise Tompkins, who's in the audience, for always making me believe all dreams are possible and never give up. My husband, Damon, of course, for the late night, being very supportive for all the meetings. And to all my family, friends, and colleagues, thank you for helping me reach a stage where I could proudly accept this award as a mark of my achievements. Thank you.
All right, now for our final award of this evening. We are truly surrounded by amazing advocates tonight. The National PTA is the nation's largest child advocacy organization. Its highest honor is the National PTA Lifetime Achievement Award. We're going to welcome Laura Stewart, MCCPTA's VP of Advocacy, to announce this year's amazing winner.
Good evening. I was proud to nominate Jill Ortman-Faust to receive this award. I remember when I met Jill. It was my first trip down to Annapolis for the Hard Hat March for construction money. And I met this woman who seemed to be a bundle of energy, and she was busy on her phone. And she's like, I'm running for the Board of Education, and I was told I need to be on something called Twitter. So I'm setting up my account right now. I'm gonna do my first tweet. And Jill has never stopped communicating since then. And she made it to be as elected onto the Board of Education. This was after she served as president of her elementary school PTA, Highland View. There, she advocated for equity and for her building issue, which was the famous rock room, which she managed to get fixed at the board. At the Board of Education, she was an effective board member. She pushed for more transparency, constantly asking for data that would be published as memos. When STDs were shown to be spiking in Montgomery County, she put forward a resolution to supply free condoms to high school students. She backed student board members to add language that would force NCPS to look at boundaries through an equity lens. When she found out PTAs were paying for filtered water bottle filling stations, she offered a resolution to fund the schools who could not afford the same devices. Some of these issues were contentious. She would take the political heat if she thought kids would benefit. There were many more issues Jill championed, including mental health issues for all children, no matter if they were rich or poor. And Jill has moved on from the board, but she remains active, and she was working on children's issues with Tom Hucker and many other endeavors that she has. The one thing about Jill is that she was always available. If you wrote her an email, she would write back. If you wanted to have coffee with her, she would say, come meet me at 8 o'clock before my board meeting. And she would rack up parking tickets because we would keep her talking for so long that she used to joke that she lost more money than she made being on the board. So that pretty much sums up all the great things that she's done for our kids. And she's never put adults first. She's always put the kids first. So Jill, if you could come up to receive the award, National PTA Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you so much. My husband, who is here, can verify about the parking tickets. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Thank you to everyone who stayed until the last award on a school night. Woohoo! Yay! My in-laws are also here from New Jersey. They fought traffic and a storm to be here. Yay! My mother-in-law was a fourth grade teacher for over 30 years. And so, yes. So I come by this honestly, and also my sister-in-law is here as well. And then my amazing children. My son is actually graduating from high school tomorrow as well. So yes. I also have to give a shout out to Ann Dardarian, who's VP at McCap now. I first met her when we welcomed her as the new principal of our school when my daughter was in second grade. It was my second year of being a PTA president, and now my daughter is going into her junior year at University of Maryland. So we've been partners a long time. So thank you so much, Ann, for being here. And thank you to all this MCCPTA leadership has just been amazing. Just had another extraordinary year and gotten so much done. And I'm so grateful for their collaboration. And I also want to say thank you to all of the PTA leaders who are here and the school administrators. I know how hard you work and how many hours you put in. A friend of mine says she hates it when people say, oh, I'm too busy to help out, because we're all really busy. And maybe if those people helped out a little bit more, we'd be a little less busy ourselves. Yeah. I also want to give a huge shout out to the Board of Education members who are here, Brenda Wolf, Carla Silvestre, and Rebecca Smondrowski. I can tell you that board members start the morning with coffee with constituents, do board meetings all day, and then are expected to be at events in the evening, and often aren't even thanked for their participation or for showing up. So whenever you have a board meeting or board member come to one of your events, please give them a shout out. I can assure you they don't do it for the money. This, I can tell you that I have just really enjoyed everything about my school experiences and my PTA experiences through the years, even working with Denise on the Parent Advisory Council for MCPS for 4 years, which was wonderful. And anybody who knows me knows my greatest joy is when we all work together and get something big done for our kids. And my greatest frustration is cynicism. And you also know that I like to preach, so I'm going to try and keep it really short. But I have to say, this lead bill, the lead bills that we had at both the state level under Delegate Solomon's leadership and also under Council Member Hucker's leadership for the council, were one of the great models of how we can all work together. As you know, I hope you know, Laura Stewart was the lead for the MCCPTA board. We had many community leaders who were doing wonderful things on that. Our Board of Education was very supportive. Our superintendent, Dr. Jack Smith, Andy Zuckerman, the MCPS COO, and we all worked together to help keep kids' brains safer from lead, and that was just a huge win. And we have tremendous resources, as you know, in this county, just phenomenal resources, really highly educated population, more volunteers, more nonprofits than anywhere else in the country, more subject matter experts on every facet of any area you can imagine, as well as our tremendous wealth. We've got people coming from around the world who've overcome tremendous obstacles, amazingly resilient people who are here, who are making a life with us in Montgomery County. We have all these resources coupled with so many opportunities to make a huge difference in so many kids' lives and break the cycle of poverty for so many families. And I think the only thing that's holding us back from completely self-actualizing and fulfilling everything we could be is fear. It's fear of stepping outside of our lane, fear of stepping on somebody's toes, fear of not knowing everything, fear of not being embarrassed, fear of the critics, fear of the trolls, and we've got a lot of trolls, enough trolls. And then it's the fear of the other. We have way, way too much fear of the other, even in progressive Montgomery County. And all of us want is the same thing that our kids want: to be welcomed, to be understood, and to be included. And if we could do that, if we could role model that on the highest level with collaboration and compassion, I can't even imagine what we'd be capable of. Dr. Darian Pollard, who is the president of Montgomery College, calls these power skills, not soft skills. The ability to get along with people and work with people that are different from you and share ideas to make progress together. I can't even imagine what we could do if we showed that compassion and showed that collaboration and were amazing role models for our kids. So Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Let your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears." And I couldn't say it any better than that. So end of sermon, amen, and thank you all.
Well, great job to all the award winners this evening, and a special thanks to MCCPTA Awards and Event Committees and MCPS TV, who worked hard to make this evening of recognition possible. Heather Carol Fisher and Kawana Hall with the Celebration Committee were amazing this year and could not have done this event without them. Daria Daniel, Chris Rutledge, Kelly Schooler Reynolds from the Awards Committee, another amazing job, and they really showed what they are capable of doing. Dick Lipsky, Carlton Lewis, Christopher Cram, Charles Happ, Daniel Skolowski, all from MCPS TV, working hard in the back room. I could not have done this without you. Let's give them all another round of applause. There are many businesses and organizations in the community that generously support the work of MCCPTA, and we would like to recognize our champion sponsors who provided $3,000 in financial or in-kind support to our organization. They are Ready, Aim, Teach. If you're here, please stand. Montgomery County Public Schools, Montgomery College, Brad Shear with Digital Armor, Distinctive College Consulting, and if you guys will notice, she has provided, oh, my book is still here, Stairway to College Heaven, and everybody should leave with a copy of this book today because she has donated them to our organization. And Montgomery County Education Association, they were phenomenal in making sure that Heather had all the tools before her to make this a successful event. And if you are here tonight, please rise and stand for your recognition. We definitely could not do what we do without your generosity and support all year long, so thank you. Next, we have MCPS Board of Education member, Ms. Carla Silvestri. She was elected to her first four-year term on November 6th of 2018. Ms. Silvestri is a member of the Board of Education's Committee on Special Populations and the Strategic Planning Commission. She will also serve as the board's representative to the Board of Association of the Board's Resolutions Committee. Please help me welcome Ms. Silvestri to the stage.
And I have school board member Rebecca Smodrowski here with me today. We're going to tag team. Thank you so much for having us here tonight. I really want to congratulate all our parent PTA leaders that are here. Thank you so much for what you do to our students, for our students and our family communities. You know what I mean. Yep. So I wanted to also thank you for being great role models. You know, I remember when I moved to Maryland 11 years ago, I was a new parent and had a kindergartner at Woodland Elementary School. And I had great PTA leadership there. Laura and Chris were our PTA leaders there at Woodland Elementary School, and so you can imagine they set their bar really high for me. Sarah Sergo and Troy Clark were the principal and vice principal. So they were doing such a great job. They really kind of taught me what it meant to be a PTA leader, an active parent in our schools here in Montgomery County. You could say that they were doing such a great job that I felt inspired and confident to then go work on county-level issues with Latino Student Achievement Action Group. Which leads me to my next effort is thank you for speaking up for our parents that do not have the time or the language abilities to come and speak up for their own issues. And also, increasingly, thank you for bringing them to speak up for themselves to address the issues that are important to them. Let's continue to work on our diversity issues, making sure that we are being inclusive and doing everything we can to have increased parent participation. I know it's hard, but you and we do difficult things every day, and so please let's continue to work on our diversity and parent engagement. I know communication is very important to all of you. The Board of Education is going to form a new committee, a communications committee, because we all know that this is something that is important for parent engagement and something that we must do better. And finally, I wanted to say thank you so much for your ongoing advocacy on everything you advocate for, but as you know, the board the budget was approved today by County Council. So thank you for your endless advocacy to help make that happen. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
So I will associate myself with many of the things that have been said here today, both by my colleagues and by many of the announcers and the recipients of our awards. Thank you all very much for everything that you do. As someone mentioned, we definitely, you don't get into this kind of advocacy work for any kind of recognition, but any chance that we have an opportunity to do some recognizing of the work that we all do, it's very special and meaningful. So I'm grateful for MCCPTA to take the opportunity to recognize the outstanding efforts that so many members of our community make. I also want to thank again MCCPTA for their partnership. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of challenging times of being away from your family and missing things that really might matter to them more than you realize at the time because you're trying to advocate for every child, and sometimes your own get pushed back a little bit on the side. But I also want to thank MCPS. Dr. Jack Smith, your leadership and your collaboration has been very inspiring. It inspires me every day, and I know it makes it the work that organizations like this one do possible. To all of the administrators here from MCPS, the principals, the central office staff, thank you so much for your time and being here and your support and your collaboration. We all really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thank you, ladies. The Maryland State PTA has been working to improve the lives of children for more than 100 years. President-elect Edna Harbin Battle will soon be leading that effort as president of the organization. She's here with us now to induct the new MCCPTA leadership. Please welcome Edna Harbin Battle.
Good evening. And thank you for another opportunity to be with the Montgomery County Council PTA celebration of their Excellence Awards. I bring you greetings from Maryland State PTA, where Letitia Corey is our state president. As president-elect, I shadowed the president for 2 years in preparation for my tenure as president, which I will take the realm on July 27, 2019. Let me take this opportunity to invite you to the Maryland State PTA Convention to be held on July 26, 27 at the Maritime Conference Center in Timonium, Maryland. Additional information is available on our website at mdpta.org. It is now becomes my pleasing pleasure to install the incoming officers for the Montgomery County PTA Council. Would the officers please come forward? You're too far. Okay. When you first became a PTA member, you showed you cared about children by choosing to join. Now, as a member of the Montgomery County PTA Council, you showed your dedication to children by choosing to lead this council. I know that each of you will do your best work for every child, one voice. That's the PTA logo. The purpose of the PTA to rededicate yourselves to serving all children and youth is to improve and promote the welfare of children and youth in home, school, places of worship, and throughout the community, to raise the standards of home life, to advocate for laws that further the education, physical and mental health, welfare, and safety of children and youth, to promote the collaboration, engagement of families and educators in the education of children and youth, to engage the public in united efforts to secure the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social well-being of all children and youth, and to advocate for fiscal responsibility regarding public tax dollars and public education funding, to make every child's potential a reality. This evening we will have the light installation. When we come to the beginning of a new administration, we are always confronted with making a choice of the roads that we shall take as we journey forth towards new challenges and opportunities. Since you are accepting the responsibilities of leadership for the incoming year, you shall be the guiding lights on the roads you take. The stars are a constant thing in our ever-changing world. Through the ages, the lights have guided men and women by land and sea safely back home. President Lynn Harris. Many colors are reflected from our global world. As president of the Montgomery County PTA Council, we give you this light, which reflects silver. Your light must shine pure and unceasingly with faith in the objectives of the Montgomery County Council of PTA Association and faith in those whom you are to serve. It will be your duty to keep the council's PTA character warm with light and love, and to give guidance that will encourage and stimulate the members to participate in the mission of our organization. It is a high tribute to serve as the guiding light of the council. Do you accept this office and promise to fulfill your duties as president?
I do.
Okay. Take a step back now. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right, we have President of Education Issues, Cynthia Simonson, and you said she's not in. Do you have a stand-in for her? Would somebody like to stand in for her? Okay. Okay, and then we have the Vice President of Administration, Tracy Potts, and her daughter's graduating. Okay, thank you. Vice President of Programs, James Moldrick. And the Vice President for Advocacy, Laura Stewart. As you accept this light, you will now note that the predominating light is red, denoting vitality, friendship, and growth. You will have the duty of harmonizing your light with the silver light of the presidents to brighten the ways for those who will look to you for leadership. It will be your duty to act for the president respectively during the absence of this officer or upon designation of duties to you as the president alternates. Through your cooperative efforts, you can promote activities that will give you vitality to your programs and projects and will have you long-lasting influence. Will you accept this office and let your light so shine? Yes. Okay. Then we have the Delegate Assembly Secretary, Tammy Fox, and the Board of Directors Secretary, Kelly Reynolds. As you accept this light, thank you. As you accept this light, you will note that the predominating color is blue, denoting vitality, friendship, and growth. You will have the duties of harmonizing your light with the silver light of the presidents, too, to brighten the ways for those who look to you for leadership. Symbolizing the harmony and faithfulness that should be the guiding light for your office. It will be your duty to always be present so that the proceedings of each meeting will be faithfully recorded. Your light must also shine to reveal an accurate record of the business, the achievements, the activities of the PTA Council during the coming year. Will you accept these duties and responsibilities and let your light so shine? Okay. Okay. Christy, our treasurer.
You can say Christy.
Okay, Christy. The guiding light of your position is blue, which symbolizes only loyalty and the light of truth that must accompany your office. Into your hands are placed all monies, monetary and matters. Through continued sound business procedures, you must safeguard all funds, dispensing only at times and in such manners as the PTA Council may instruct. To guide the members to new efforts, your light must reflect prudence, principles, and leadership in replenishing the Council's PTA funds through worthwhile activities and calling attention to good and necessary use of the funds. Will you accept your duties and keep your light of trust shining brightly?
I will.
Okay, thank you. To you, the members of the Montgomery County Council of PTAs, I dedicate this galaxy of lights as a symbol of the promise and commitment to our children. Will you join forces with our galaxy and help them achieve brightness that will have a lasting effect on the Montgomery County Council of PTA Association? Okay. As incoming officers, you have pledged to fulfill your duties. I therefore, as installing officer, I now declare you duly installed executive officers of the Montgomery County Council of PTA Association. Okay. Will the Montgomery County old board members please stand? Let's give them a recognition for their services that they have provided over the past year. To the new Board of Directors officers, there can be no greater charge, no higher challenge than that which you are now being offered by the Montgomery County Council of PTAs. May you enter upon the office with the steadfast purpose of serving as only you can serve. Do you accept the challenge and charge? I do. I do. Okay. I thank you for all that you will do for the Montgomery County PTA and Maryland State PTA. Give yourselves a hand. Much success for a successful and harmonious year. And congratulations to all of the award recipients and to the Montgomery County Council PTA for another outstanding awards program. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. I did want to, I think I missed earlier, Delegate David Moon, District 20 delegate, was here. I'm not sure that he's still here. But I did want to thank him for coming. And just a couple of quick things before we close for the evening. Some of you may remember historically that this event used to be called the Principals and President's Dinner. And that's because the partnership between a school's administration and its PTA is essential for both organizations to serve its students as effectively as they can. So if there are any principals in the room, would you please stand? Any of them left? So, and I have to say, personally, I believe very deeply in the importance of the relationship between the PTA and the principal, because had it not been for the incredible inclusiveness and warmth of the principal of my elementary school, Ann Dardarian, is she still here? She was. She's my date. So I would never have gotten involved with the PTA. And she is a mentor and a friend and somebody whose judgment I value deeply, and I mourn every day the fact that she's not the principal of whatever school my kid is in, because she really set the bar very, very high. So that relationship is key, and I just can't encourage PTAs and administrations firmly enough to really work on building that relationship, because when I started at Highland View, it was very clear from the vibe created in that school by Anne and her leadership that the PTA wasn't viewed as something that was nice to have, it was something that was essential to have. And I think that's really important, because I think a PTA can do great work for schools. And so 2 years ago, some of you may remember, a group of us took office in MCCPTA when the organization was at a time of crisis. And I think the leadership team that stepped forward at that time was incredibly capable, and I'm forever grateful for them. And this year we have 2 members of our leadership team that are leaving us. And one of those is in our audience, 2 of them, I guess. So Daria Daniel, who is the architect of our awards and is leaving us as our board of directors secretary, would you come up? We will deeply miss Daria, and so appreciate all that she's done for us, but she is going to continue her work with our award ceremony. And I just have to say, the space between Daria's oldest and youngest children mean that she is in this system for another 15 years.
Okay. Thanks, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
We have a little something for you. Oh. And another member of our leadership team, now I have to say that I will always have a very deep affection and special place in my heart for the 7 other individuals that stepped up with me 2 years ago to lead the organization when it was in such a difficult place. And so 2 of those people are here tonight and will no longer be part of our leadership team next year, although they will not be far. And I would like both of them to come up, please. Oriel Saw, who is our board of directors, or our delegates assembly secretary, and Erin Clegg, whom you have all seen tonight as the architect of this evening, but she's been our very powerful vice president of programs. Oriel. Just a few tokens of our appreciation for them and their dedication to our organization and to the students of Montgomery County, and for being such great partners. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for staying till the end. We're going to have a great year in MCCPTA. Remember, we are a volunteer organization, so we always can use your time and talents. Thanks very much.